Listen, the room is dark. The only light comes from the mind. I will tell you some quiet stories. These are stories from Japan. They come from the small towns. They come from the old winding roads, from silent temples, and from the edge of the sea. The voice you hear is meant to be soft. The feeling is meant to be calm. Breathe slowly with me. Let the world outside fade away. Let the quiet in. Long ago, people walked these roads on foot. They walked by day, under the sun. They also walked by night, under the moon. At night, the wind speaks in a different voice. The trees make soft, rustling sounds. People felt very small on those dark roads. They felt the past was very near them, just behind their shoulder. In the villages, people passed these stories from one ear to another, like a secret. They kept the stories alive in the telling. These stories were not always meant to be scary. They were warnings. They were quiet lessons. The tales taught people respect. They taught a kind of fear, a soft fear. It was the fear of forgetting. It was the fear of being forgotten. The world was full of spirits then, not monsters, but memories. Memories that held a shape. Memories that could wait for years and years. The stories reminded people to be gentle, to be quiet, to notice the small things the world remembers. So, listen closely. Let the stories find you in the dark. The first tale is of the Yurei. A Yurei is a ghost in the old tales of Japan. She is not like a monster from a movie. She is a sad, lingering shape. She often wears a simple white kimono, the kind used for burials. Her hair is long and very black. It sometimes hides her face. She stands near water, a river, a well, and looks at the road, the path. She is waiting for someone she has lost. She is a picture of sorrow. Villagers said she calls out softly, asks for help, for a message to be passed, but help cannot come. The Yurei only wants to be remembered, a memory strong enough to be seen. She does not want to harm you. She only wants you to see her, to know her story, to feel her sadness for just a moment. Her presence is a cold spot in the air, a whisper on the wind. In these old stories, the world itself was alive. Trees had memories, stones by the road had names. The moon watched over people. Rivers kept secrets in their dark water. This is why the tales linger, not just about ghosts, but about places. A house remembers its family. A bridge remembers who crossed it. A forest remembers the path. The horror is in realizing the world is recording everything. The second tale is the house with the sliding door. This is a true tale, or so people say. In a quiet street in a modern city, a young family moved into an old house. The house was lovely with shoji, traditional paper sliding doors. At night, one door would slide open by itself, just a little bit. There was no wind, only a small, dark gap. Small footsteps in the hall. The cat hissed at empty air. A neighbor said an old woman had lived there alone. She loved to sweep the floors, to slide the door. One night, the boy studying late heard a soft broom on wood, felt a cool hand on his shoulder, and no one was there. Dust danced in moonlight he could not see. The feeling was not scary, just strange, gentle. The family left after a month, a living house, they said. It felt like someone still cared for the floors. It felt like someone did not want them there. A new family moved in. The door still opened sometimes. They left a new small broom and a cup of tea by the door. After that, the door did not move as much. Horror here is thin, like old paper. A chill and a feeling of wonder. The sound of a bell you cannot see. The feeling of being watched by something that means no harm, but does not wish to be disturbed. The third tale is an urban legend from the big city. It is about a forgotten train and a secret, magical stop. At night, trains blur by, passing empty platforms without stopping. But the last train sometimes stops at a small, old platform on no map. The doors slide open. A few weary people step off. They walk down When it clears, they find themselves in the old city, paper lanterns, the smell of soy sauce and green tea. Time is slow. They walk as if in a beautiful dream, to old music. Some say it is a wish story. The city gives you the past for one night. In the morning, they are back on a normal train, shoes wet with dew, a leaf not from this season in a pocket. Each tale is simple, small and clear. Fear thin as paper, like a cool fog in the room. It is not an attack, it is an invitation. Horror here is memory, people and feelings that do not leave. The past knocks softly at your sliding door, waits by the dark river, boards the train with you. Think of the bell at a small temple. It rings at dawn, moves over fields and roofs. The bell remembers. You are part of something older than yourself. The town, the temple, the bell. They will be here after you are gone, and they will remember you. The lantern that waited, a small moon left by a gate. It would not go out in wind or rain. After 7 nights, it dimmed and vanished, leaving thin footprints toward the old road. The room is dark now. The stories sit in your mind like smooth stones. The voice fades. The music fades. The blackness holds the story. Good night.